My name is Barret Bell, and I am the director of the International Research Center here at Purcell Marian, and I'm also in charge of 2 of the 3 core components of the International Baccalaureate Diploma program. And those are Theory of Knowledge, which we know as TOK at school, and the Extended Essay. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about Theory of Knowledge and the Extended Essay in as concrete terms as I can, and then I'm going to shift gears to the space here and what we are using this space to do with students. So first of all, theory of knowledge. Theory of knowledge is likely unlike any other class your student has ever taken. Rather than focusing on one content area, theory of knowledge is really interested in getting your student to think about how knowledge itself is created. And we do that by focusing less on a subject and more on what we call knowledge questions. So I have 2 knowledge questions that I want to explain to you how they might shape a class. So the first that we might tackle in a day or over the course of a number of lessons is this: is language essential to knowledge? Just thinking that through. Is there any knowledge that can't be transferred through language? So we might bring in Mr. Versosa, the art teacher, to look at indigenous forms of art and think through how those communicate knowledge but without language. We may look at experiential knowledge. Are there kinds of knowledge that you only get through experience rather than being told about them or understanding them verbally? So that would, obviously, it would be very dependent on class discussion, and there's a lot of that in theory of knowledge. Another knowledge question that we might use to guide a class: do we have a responsibility to seek out historically underrepresented voices and perspectives? And then thinking through, what is the value of such a pursuit? So bringing in historians that are studying potentially the same historical period but from radically different perspectives, and processing the value in getting those different perspectives. So when we're in theory of knowledge, although we're not studying specific content areas, we look at examples from all over the place. So we would look at science, at art, math, all of the content areas. And as students go through that process, they may find a specific topic that appeals to them, that they want to devote more time and focus to. And that is what the extended essay can allow students to do. So sometimes this happens in class. I just read an extended essay from a student who was learning about human rights and started thinking about inequality in the criminal justice system and how we could apply a human rights lens to looking at that contemporary topic, and then wrote an entire extended essay really digging deeper into that. Sometimes it happens at home, and then there's a connection with what's going on in school. A friend of mine wrote his entire extended essay on diesel engines because at the time he had an old car he was fixing up, and made this connection to what he was doing at home with his hands and what he was learning in chemistry class. So there's all sorts of opportunity in this extended essay to dig deeper into a topic that is driven by the student entirely. So although students sign up for extended essay and theory of knowledge, what's going on in these elements of the IB program is going to infiltrate all parts of our school community. So having those discussion about bigger knowledge questions, not just about a specific example, but the bigger question at play is happening in all classes. And then, getting the opportunity to really research and pursue information that is important to you and that piques your curiosity is something that's happening in all classes. And this is the space where it's going to be happening. And this is my role at the school, is to kind of harness that excitement from students and give them the resources they need to pursue it. So I'm here. You can find me in the Research Center any day, and I look forward to meeting you and working with your students.